Hello my people, Lady Rose here. To all my new subscribers, you're welcome. My returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Yeah, don't look at my shirt, it looks so cute. You're gonna think it's a night dress. No, that's a dress. A street dress, fashionable, made in Turkey. Okay, so leave me alone. I never used to lie before. You know, when you're hanging around and watching lots of them tabloids, you're gonna turn into a liar. But when you're watching some people like a Nana Aqua, you're watching this one here, they whatever, the bird mouth lady. What's her name? Angela Levin. When you're watching them people, you're gonna think it's okay to lie. This is my dress. It's my nightgown from Victoria's Secret. This version is the truth. This is the true version of the truth. Oh gosh. Let's laugh a little bit. All right, family. Let's go right into this. Guys, so Charles bought his plane ticket. He's going to camp around Harry and Meghan's villa in Montecito in California. Did y'all hear that? They said this is official. It's everywhere on Twitter and on TikTok. I heard the Ministry of Hacks talking about it. You know, he be talking about the truth. He told us lots of stuff about the Duchess Doolittle. Guess what? The Duchess Doolittle came exactly the way he said. And she came in Duchess in a Doolittle's, Eliza Doolittle's clothes. To let y'all know she's a real Doolittle mess. Miss Doolittle. Duchess Doolittle. That's who she is. Yeah. So Charlie Boy is going to hang out around the Montecito. What are you guys thinking about this dude? Are they both trying to gaslight their children? I'm not sure if the Dracula's great-grandson does chat with Thomas Markle. Thomas Markle is one alcoholic hanging around Mexico. He needs treatment. He needs to go to AA meeting. That's what he needs to do. You can't be boozing at 8-year-old of age. This is the time for you to be sane and sit down there and think. You got blessed with all that age. I wonder why God keeps some people, but I'm telling you, I'm so shocked. This Charlie Boy is going to California. Meghan, this is the time, okay? This is the time. Meghan, you know what? Charlie Boy is your children's grandparent, okay? In real life, in old school life, you know, lots of those mean parents, they will do you wrong. They'll do you very wrong. And guess what? They will use the grandbabies to come back to you. That's old-fashioned. Yeah, that's what the toxic parents back in the day used to do that. I saw that with some neighbors of mine when I was little. Yeah, and one of those parents was a boozer. Yeah, he will do lots of bad things to his children. And that parent was also a white man. Can you believe that? He was also a white man. What's going on, white man? Y'all need to change your ways of living. The bad ones I'm talking about. Mixed mind, I'm not talking about you. The white man supporting Harry and Meghan around here, I'm not talking about you. Y'all are God's people. You have good heart. You are not like those KKK children. Those people are terrible. So So they will do you all the wrong, and then they're gonna be, well, the grandbabies. I'm gonna miss my grandbabies, and I'm close to leaving this planet. So I want to spend my time barbecuing with my grandbabies. Oh, so. That's the generic. What those parents used to do back then, and they're still doing it right now, because guess what? Those are that generation there. Those are the generation that used to do that thing. Or maybe it's that Queen of England. What used to be her name? That mother, the one who reigned for 7 years old. For 7 years. I say for 7 years old. For 70 years. That monarch. It could be her generation. They mess up with their children. They mess them up. You know, this Charles wrote a book back in the day. And you know what? He mentioned lots of stuff that his parents did wrong by him. And he also told Harry he went through stuff, and he want them to go through stuff as well. That's why they do tell you most of abused parents turn out to become the abusers. This is the result here. This is the proof. Look at it. So Meghan, stand on your ground. Don't be scared of any kind of power. That guy is the king of that place there. He ain't no you king. We got President Biden here. Okay? Yes, we got president. And we elect our presidents every 4 years. We don't need all those monarchs. And you don't have to bow down to nobody. You made you babies, and they're going to put them stupid laws. Guess what? Your children, they're all Americans. Yeah, he can just come there with their nonsense, whatever that they have in the book, that all the children belongs to the monarchy. I don't know what they're... All the children belong to the monarchy, but not the black ones. You couldn't even give them a title, for God's sake. What did you do to those kids? When they're going to learn everything about you, they're going to turn 18. I'm telling you, they're going to come see you. Archie, listen to your Auntie Rose here. Listen to me, baby. Don't be bowing down to these people. They mistreated your parents. They're terrible people. Terrible human beings. They need to call you mama. They need to call you daddy and apologize in front of you children. You and the princess a little bit. Before y'all guys could go there and visit him. You still related, but they didn't care about you. I'm gonna save this video here to watch when you grow up, Prince Archie. You're gonna learn and then decide if you really want to see them or you do not want to see them. And I believe all this is kind of PR move. He's joking. If you want to do something with your family members, do you have to go on the media? Do you have to contact the tabloids? The tabloids who mistreated your child? You're going to also go through them. The same game being played by this alcoholic dude, Thomas. And this king is doing the same. I wonder if y'all guys have been communicating through these tabloids. There is possibility. Yeah, you know, I'm the pettiest PhD of female side, but Charlie boy is the pettiest of the man side with PhD in pettiness. That guy began on my nerves. He began on my nerves. You know, with my spirit, I call you, and what I'm gonna tell you, you won't like it. You ask about the call of my child before it was born, and right now here, you took the security for that kid. You took the security from that kid when the little tiny baby was a little tiny somebody. You evicted them from their house, and then you took the security. And you refused to respond to their father's telephone. What you did to them, dude, you're gonna pay for that soon or later. Sooner or later, you're gonna pay for that. You know, karma be traveling. Karma be traveling. You know that karma? She's all lady from India. Like by this time here, she like a 300 with 32 years old. Yeah, that's what I had in my dream. Yeah, that's how old karma is. She will come check on y'all. Remember back in the day how karma treated these people? Gave all of them motherfuckers syphilis. And right now, yeah, she gonna travel to y'all guys. What she gonna give you? You gonna regret. You gonna regret treating these babies like you did. Let's listen to TikTokers about these nonsense grandparents. Oh gosh, please help me. Please hold my mouth. This is the Ministry of Hacks.
State of me, just back from the gym. Happy Tuesday. When do you think Charles will realise in his later years of life that it's time for deeds, not words? I.e., it's time to do things rather than talk about things. And comments are open, as usual. I would love your opinion. Charles has unlimited power and resources at his fingertips. He could say to one of his many aides, I want to see Harry between this day and this day. I want to stay here and I want to stay for 4 days. Make it happen. By the magic of power, money and place in society, that minion would make that visit happen within weeks. There's no need for the palace to brief that he's had some discussions about maybe doing it in advance, and I'll tell you why. If you brief stuff like this in advance, Charles has got a perfect excuse not to go, because if he briefs it in advance, every gangbanger and every nutter is going to know that he's there, and he can use that, i.e. national security, as a perfect excuse not to blooming go. Charles, if you're watching this, which clearly you're not, stop talking, start doing, start repairing. Excuse the state of me, just back from...
Yeah. Stop talking, start repairing. And you know the good way to repair? Take that phone, call Meghan Markle, and apologize, both you and your mistress and the rest of your family. Take the Doolittle Duchess, take your whatever, the dude, Willie Leaks, all of them people, an airplane with you to Montecito in California. Go apologize to Harry and Meghan. Easy and simple. You want to see their children, don't you? But I know deep down in my heart you do not. You are a racist. You do not like black people. You do not want anything to do with these children because of their black blood. Who do you think you're fooling? I wonder what's happening. Is he looking for someone to vote for him? Is some election happening there? Did they change the constitution now that you have to vote for the kings? What's going on? You have a good day. Thank you. Yeah, that's one of my black king around here. He came through something in the trash here at the park. So he says like I'm looking good, but guess what? I'm wearing a night gown. The brother say I'm looking good. Leave me alone. This ain't no night dress. This is my real street dress from Turkey. I already told you. Y'all don't be listening. Alright, so let's go back to Charlie Boy. And Charlie Boy, I wondered what this PR is for. English black people and English white people who are watching us here, the Meghan and Harry and Meghan supporters, the good-hearted white people. What's going on in the UK? What's going on? that Charles is playing this game for? Because we know the truth. We know the truth. I've been black for almost 40 years. So you can't just sit down there and lie to me right now. At least 30-something years on this planet, 30-something, I've been black. And I've been around y'all. And I know how y'all be rolling around. And I got some of y'all guys in my family too. There are really few white people who just accept black blood in their families. Very few. The majority does not. That's why when you go on Derangers channels, you see the support that they get. A Deranger will help open a channel. In 1 month, 30 days, they already have 30, 50, 100,000 people watching them, supporting them, bashing Meghan, hating on Harry and Meghan, calling all of them ugly because they do not know the definition of ugly. The ugly, you know what the definition of ugly is? Them derangers need to turn that mirror towards them soul and look at it. That's what ugly looks like. That's exactly, yes. They ugly looks like you, derangers. Turn that mirror and look at yourself deep down. Close that bathroom door and look at yourself. And look at yourself, Angela Levin. Look at yourself, Nana Akua. The beauty, African beauty, God took. Let's listen to this beautiful sister here, the Royal Raider, what she has to say.
The Daily Mail has gifted us with a ridiculous article about Princess Lilibet, and again reminded us that apparently Queen Elizabeth is a monster. So let's get into it. Quote, while Lilibet was so important to the Queen, as Meghan and Harry's daughter turns 3, Natasha Livingstone explains how the happy day could trigger memories tinged with sadness for the royals. Lilibet is a British princess, but one who is growing up thousands of miles away from her royal relatives due to years of family strife. No doubt any troubles will be put to one side today as her parents, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, shower her with affection at their £11.4 million or $14.5 million mansion in Montecito. I do love that every single article, when they talk about Montecito or where they live, they mention the price tag, but you never see the price tag of any of the palaces or, you know, the places that the royals live in. Isn't that interesting that they don't do that, even though it's probably millions and millions more? But there is one thing about the adorable youngster that is likely to bring up claim and counterclaim for many years to come, albeit through no fault of her own: her name. For Lilibet, the childhood name by which the late Queen was known by those closest to her was an unusual and deeply personal choice. Not really. Her little sister couldn't pronounce her name, so she called her Lilibet, and so everybody just called her Lilibet because they thought it was cute. And the royals have this weird thing where they nickname everybody. Well, it's not weird, but it's just a thing that they do. I don't know, I feel like it's some strange aristo tradition to have nicknames for every single person you know, because every single aristo has a nickname. Anyways, according to Robert Hardiman's recent biography of Charles III, the late Queen had rarely been so angry as when Harry and Meghan claimed that they had her approval when they named their daughter. Do you remember when he actually had to get on one of those morning talk shows and say, actually, no, she wasn't angry? Because the backlash was, okay, so if none of her other grandchildren or great-grandchildren are named after her, and that was okay, but then Lilibet being named after her caused her anger, that doesn't look good for the Queen. So he had to be like, no, that's not what I meant when I said she was angry. She wasn't angry because it didn't make Harry and Meghan look bad at all, and that was the point of what he was. trying to do. Instead, he made the Queen look like a selfish, cruel old woman that was completely fine with all of her other great-grandchildren being named after her, but somehow had a weird problem with this one being named after her. And then we got this infamous claim from Rebecca English, who stated that the Queen was so upset by the Sussexes' decision that she told an aide, "I don't own the palaces, I don't own the paintings, the only thing I own is my name, and now they've taken that." You also don't own millions and millions of dollars worth of stolen jewels, do you? Only people that hate Harry and Meghan actually believe this lie, because they want the Queen to have hated Meghan just as much as the media twisted and turned her into someone completely different than who she is. So they want their Queen to have been a spiteful, cruel woman at the age of 99, which is kind of alarming, because if she was that evil and she was, 70 years on the throne and was able to hide that evilness for her whole life, and then suddenly this one thing angered her like nothing else has, I mean, again, that does not make Harry and Meghan look bad at all. That makes the Queen look like a monster. It's interesting that this only ever came out after the Queen died, so she doesn't get to defend herself. But I find it hard to believe that a woman who fought to have Harry and Meghan's security continue even after they left harbored anger over her great-grandchild being named after her. It just doesn't make any sense when you start to, pull at the threads of this claim. She goes on to say, after duty as a monarch, family was the most important thing to Queen Elizabeth. Was it? Because if it was, then she wouldn't have been angry about this. They claimed that it symbolized her childhood nickname, a precious reminder of happiest times when she was a kid. So she wasn't even currently called Lilibet. It was just a childhood nickname from 85 years ago. Oh, but then it was only used by the closest of friends and immediate family. And it was a name that took the Queen back to when she was a child. Okay, then wouldn't it be a touching, kind gesture that your favorite grandson named his first daughter after you? I feel like that would be...
Charlie Boy does hang around these people. This is the Daily Mail. A journalist from there, I don't know who, the name I don't remember anymore. Because, these names be pissing me off. He wrote all those in a book. And you, as a king, whose granddaughter is being subject to this nonsense, you've done nothing to stop these people. I heard some book was written around, the book that we were talking about here with this Tom guy, that he wrote about the Beckhams. Apparently this couple fought for that book not to be released. At least it was published on the news that they fought about that. But you heard these people bashing your own mother, calling you mother, whatever it is. But lots of people say terrible stuff about your mother. She was not Holly either. She was another one, but at least she did let Meghan come in there. So I'm just gonna let her fly. Let her rest. Let's deal with you, Charlie Boy. You are right here. Did you hear what the Royal Raider sister is saying here? This royal tabloid wrote what he wrote about your granddaughter. What did you do? A loving grandfather. You want to come to see that baby. After all this mess being written about a little kid who is innocent. Lots of grandbabies out there do take their grandparents' names. I got named after Rose, my grandmother. Some people in my family have been named after my great-grandmother. And naming Lilibet after your mother will bring all this nonsense out here about your mother. I know you did not like your mother, but how about this little granddaughter that you want to come see it in Montecito? You know, if I was Megan, I would ask Charlie Boy, talk to those people, let them delete all those books. If I was Megan, I would ask Charlie Boy to go to the article writers and tell them to remove every single thing that pertains to whatever, to mention this kid's name in nonsense. How did the royal reporters came up with this one if it did not come out of your mouth? Your damn mouth. I wish I was Will Smith. You know what Will Smith does to people. He don't be playing. With all this nonsense, they're still writing stuff night and day about these little tiny babies. Precious little tiny people. You are blood. And you just letting it be. That means you guys contributed. You guys did tell them that you leaked that to them, and that's why they wrote what they wrote. That's the kind of mother you had. The one who did not like her great-grandbabies because of the black blood in them. What else you want me to tell you? You heard me. Your mother did not like her great black babies, her great-grandbabies who were black. I heard she was fighting for the security to get back there, but tell me, a monarch, a queen of England, who's gonna say anything before her? So she's part of all this, but some people are saying, well, she was kind of like very ill when all those was happening and the courtiers were making decisions. Who is the courtier when I have my own blood, my own children, my own great-grandbabies? I have the power in the world. You want to tell me I cannot control them? I cannot force them to live security for my great-grandbabies and my grandson? So I believe your mother was the same as you. You know, only terrible people give birth to terrible people. Heartless people, racist, rotten racist. Jeez, I can't.
Wouldn't it be a touching, kind gesture that your favorite grandson named his first daughter after you? I feel like that would be more in tune with what mattered. A family name continuing on. That's a beautiful thing that every single person, honestly, that has a grandchild or great-grandchild, they're completely honored when a name of theirs is given to said child. And besides the lie that she claimed that she owned nothing but her name, there really isn't a good reason to try and vilify a toddler or their parents for choosing a name because the grandson loved his grandmother so much and thought so highly of her that he wanted his child to also bear a personal name that was, in connection to his grandmother specifically. And for some reason, I just don't think it would have mattered to anyone if any other of those great-grandchildren had the name Lilibet. It would have been a beautiful testimony to love if any of the other great-grandchildren had been named Lilibet. But because it's Harry, and specifically Meghan's child, that has this name, that's the problem with the tabloids. Because nobody else in that family has leaked a story or talked about this being anything but a beautiful, memory, a beautiful tradition of carrying on Elizabeth's name in one form or another. It's really only the tabloids that have a problem with it and will go on to continue spreading lies about the Queen and how she allegedly felt that her 10th great-grandchild was named after her, after the other 9 were too. They then go on to try and explain that it is this horrific thing that a child is named Lilibet because of memories of when Elizabeth was a little child. And then trying to get more sympathy points, pointing out that her father died 70 years ago. Somehow, I'm not really sure how that's supposed to attribute to anything currently. And then the tabloids have decided that the name is from a symbol of family unity to a scarred by cross-Atlantic anger, whatever that means. It's the name of a child. Please stop putting negative and malicious intentions behind it. Harry naming his child after his grandmother is not a brand new concept. Billions of people have done the exact same thing. And then they act like Lilibet not knowing who her royal family is some big grievance when her grandfather literally took the only home that they had in the UK away from them. So Harry can't bring Archie and Lily to come see their grandfather because he made it so it was even more difficult to do so. And even though everyone was invited to Lilibet's first birthday after the, 2022, because they had Lily's first birthday there, not a single royal showed up to tell you how they actually feel about Lilibet. They don't even care about her. The king doesn't care about her. William and Kate don't care about her. And that was a huge sign that the royals absolutely did not care about either of these children and continue not to care. Because what kind of monster ignores a 1-year-old's birthday party, especially the one of your only niece and nephew or one of your very few grandchildren that you barely get to see? These stories are getting old and ridiculous, and they...
Just imagine, Lilibet's birthday was celebrated there, and none of these people showed up. And all of a sudden, the grandfather just want to see the baby, want to see the grandbabies. Can you imagine? This Lilibet name, apparently it came from somebody named, one of the kings back in the day named their cows, their horse, that name. But as this sister says, it's because, that name? Princess Margaret used to call her Elizabeth's sister Lilibet. So I don't know which one is the truth about it. But it is what it is, and we have Princess Lilibet, who is the princess of England, also the princess of Nigeria through her mother. So yeah, this dude, the sister did tell y'all guys everything that I wanted to say. She said it all. Why do you want to include the little child through all this nonsense and the grandparents who has all that power? He's portrayed as God in his country. And they are writing all these articles. And he's not saying a word. And you want me to feel sorry for somebody like that? I want you gone. Listen to this barking dog arrests Thomas Jr. Markle.
able to see his grandchildren, including every grandfather should be able to see his grandchildren, including my father. He should be able to see his grandchildren. And to hold them back is the worst thing you can do to a family. It's like you're driving wedges in between a relationship that should just, should be there.
I know that your father has unfortunately had a few health issues as well, and Harry and Meghan, I don't think were particularly involved there, were they?
No, there was no contact after his heart attack a few years ago, and there was no contact, no calls after a stroke a couple of years ago, and that's just not right, because everything should be set aside when it comes to a family emergency, and that's the top priority, no matter what you have going on or what your differences are. And for them not to reach out or do anything, that's going to be hard to repair. That's good. Sincerely, I mean, how would you sell that?
So that's the gaslighting coming from the little Thomas, the barking dog here hanging around, and here he's on GB News. I can't wait for this damn GB News to shut down. I believe they're gonna shut the doors in a few more days around here. I'm praying. Yeah, I'll be praying Psalm 109 for all them foes. Somebody need to take him out of there. And this guy here is coming to gaslight Meghan. And you all guys have seen his channel. You saw everything that she says about Meghan. And that guy looks like he could also be Meghan's dad. That brother. And just look at how he treats Meghan. And he is kind of here pleading for his daddy, the loser, or the group of battered racists. I regret how come Meghan was born in this stupid family. This is family bunch of dumb, stupid, terrible people with racists. And the way he sounds like all of them. All of them, Karen, the boy Karen, all the female Karen, they all sound the same, all them my foes. Every parent, grandparent has a right to see their children. If you did not mess up with Meghan's life and everything, with all ruining her reputation and letting all those people march over her like she was nobody, you are disgraced. You with your father, with your entire rotten, stupid, dumb, filthy family. All of them people look like bottled up people, alcoholic, mafos, nonsense individuals. I just can't stand your damn face. All of y'all guys look ugly. Meghan was lucky to get that black mama that made her look the way she looks. Y'all are your dad's caretakers, babysitters. That's what I'm gonna call you, babysitting your daddy. And then afterward, you do not even give him some good advice. Maybe with his age, he's probably losing something. Because when he be sitting down there with those bottles, I tell you, when you're 80 years old, you want to be thinking rationally. If you had no bottles in your hands, because guess what? My grandmama lived till 99. Never messed up with no damn bottles. But this one here, only 80 years old, spilling all the beans to all the neighbors about his daughter. All of y'all guys want to be some people. You know, I don't even know who even values the people like you. It's just those people, because y'all all look the same and sound the same. Bringing somebody like that on TV. This GB News is really terrible, some nonsense mess that somebody needs to wipe down. Wipe all of them. Wipe them damn office. Wipe all these racism. Take all their mouthpieces out of there. If I was Will Smith and see your little face coming from that TV show, well, I'm sure you just had your camera in your living room. I'm sure you don't even go anywhere, because you definitely look bottled up like your daddy. All of y'all guys with the Willie Leaks, look at you. Look, you are guys miserable people, racists, lunatics. I wonder why why people even give this kind of people words to even say to the public. Because y'all guys have that stupid white privilege in your faces, you just carry it everywhere. Oh God, give them all big, see the real one. Shuck them heads. Take them ugly faces off of here. All of them. Take them to hell. They don't deserve to be even called human beings. They are evils, lizards. What do you call them? Reptilians. They're no human race. Human race doesn't behave like that. You advise your daddy to take all that money so you could. You are connected your old father with these people. Y'all sat your daddy down there because I'm sure y'all guys be wiping them down after that stroke. So everything that he does comes from what you guys do. Delegate him to do all those nonsense stuff. Y'all told him to take money because all of y'all guys look like a lazy some mofos. And this little one here, the one here who needs new dentures, Samantha. Just look at her. She can't even afford some expensive wig, and the one she wears, I don't know, is from AliExpress, from Alibaba. You wearing those cheap wigs and sitting down there on the internet mentioning Megan's name. I saw your Facebook even got deleted because of the heinous nonsense that you do right around there. And you have this lawyer, the lawyer that you walk around with. Damn, that lawyer. Why God just dig them people's graves? Why you making them people hang around here? Why God? That's a mother's lawyer, and he's really sure about all the nonsense that he's been doing for billion years. I'm sure that dude been lawyer for 60 years. And right now he can't even do, he's not relevant. He's doing work with people to accommodate racists, to support the poor, stupid racists. Bunch of lazy people, they're just looking for money after people. They're looking for money after Megan. Megan is a Hollywood star. When she was in Hollywood, there were you guys visiting her in Canada? She was there for a couple years. Did y'all drive over there to Toronto? Did y'all even know where she was? Why were you not claiming her then? You waited until she got married to these people here, and then you thought she was going to give you all money, and you thought that place was going to give her money? She went there and remodeled these people's houses. She went there and bought her wedding dresses. Why did y'all motherfuckers did not even buy her wedding dress? That's not what parents do. How come y'all guys did not bring that $100,000 and buy her that wedding dress? Now you want to be part of her. I wish all of y'all guys disappear. Oh, my people, okay, I'm gonna go out of here. I gotta go continue my cleaning. I gotta bring few of my stuff. I was just lazy yesterday because I brought some kind of the heavy other stuff by myself, and then I have to go triage my dishes and give some to charity, and I drove some stuff to charity yesterday. Yeah, the Goodwill charity, not my charity. Well, let me finish my work. I love y'all, so please subscribe to Isabella Back, subscribe to my channel, all the sausage friendly channel, and remember that daily dairy Fridays, and also the Baron. And let's get our brother to 100 people, 100,000 subscribers. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all guys tomorrow. Bye for now.